Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we're gonna just take a look. The ancestors have something to say, okay? Let's just tap in. There's not gonna be any tarot cards used in this reading, guys. I'm only gonna use oracle cards, so just heads up. All right. Okay, compassion. Wow. Alrighty. So compassion, this card is giving the energy of having to conquer something in regards to someone that you were once loyal to. For some of you, you could still be loyal to this person, but they're showing this dog as something that you once tended to. Okay, and it seemed like it was very shaky, very rocky, very difficult. It's softening up. Okay, so for some of you, this could have been a relationship that you're healing from. We do have the healing card at the bottom of the deck here. For others of you, this could be a relationship that you are healing. This does not have to be romantic, okay, guys? It could be platonic. It could be family. Guys, forgive me because I have like a new setup. I've been studying chakra stuff lately just for my own personal knowledge, so I hope that'll stay up. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, there's something in regards to something calling for you to be compassionate towards it. You may have to even show compassion towards yourself. This could be a family, or again, a relationship with someone, any type of relationship where your ancestors are asking you to pay closer attention to your willingness to collaborate. That's coming through. That's interesting. Okay. This could be a sensitive person for you. Like anytime anyone speaks about this person, you could feel very sensitive. You could feel very emotional. This could be a situation that is extremely triggering for you. You'll notice that the ancestors are here. For some of you, I do feel like this is directly connected to your family, okay? In this moment, today's the 20th, so we moved into Aquarius season. And as we move into Aquarius season, Aquarians in their higher self, in the light self, I guess you could call it, are called to be humanitarians, right? They're the philosophers, the humanitarians, meaning that they are compassionate and they express and show compassion towards others. For someone here listening to this reading, there's been a particular person in which it's been extremely difficult to show and share compassion with them. They're showing this dog, like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this scene that this dog turned on this person. So that's why it feels like someone that you were once loyal to. I don't know about them being loyal to you. We're not going to go there, but you were once loyal to them. Maybe something happened. It feels like maybe you somehow had to detach from them, pull your energy back, step into your own personal power where you put yourself first. For some of you, there's distance between you, absolutely. And again, the situation with this person seemed very rocky. It seemed very hard, like an arduous journey of trying to regain your composure after the betrayal, or I heard theft, so I don't know what that means for some of you, but I heard theft. It feels like this person at some point in time kind of blindsided you, and it maybe did something that was very disrespectful or, unkind towards you, and it blindsided you because you thought that they were loyal to you. For someone here, I'm hearing you thought that they were your a man's best friend is a dog, so they're showing it as like you thought that this was connected to your future, but that changed. With the oak tree here, and oak tree ancestors, this is something that's deeply rooted and embedded in the core of you. Now, excuse me. Well, that took my breath away. They're saying that this situation is deeply rooted in your ancestral lineage. It's like a repetitive cycle, something that's happened over and over and over again. They're showing it as maybe you have befriended, or you're consistently over giving up to someone that you think should be loyal to you, but they aren't. There's something rooted in here that your ancestors want to untangle for you today. They're saying it's a repetitive cycle that not only has happened with you, but also with them. It's just that, remember, you're the curse breaker if you're here watching this channel. So this is something for you to conquer, to overcome. It's almost like showing up as the energy of a snake that strangulates one's energy, that removes someone from being able to move forward in life. And it could have to do with loyalty, because they're showing me this 3, and it's the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, this 3 energy of wanting to partner and collaborate, but not choosing the right individuals to want to collaborate with. They're showing that as something deeply rooted in your lineage. It's foundational is what they're saying. So there's a foundational principle in the way that you view connections that could be challenging you in this moment to rise above it, to heal it. It may require your extreme focus. It's also going to be difficult to overcome this, guys. I'm not going to lie. They're showing this ballerina standing on her tippy toes. This is going to be something that is going to be challenging. Maybe that's why they said it would require your, strategic focus. With the cedar tree here and wisdom, again, this is going back to your roots. But this is also about shifting and changing, right? I think for a lot of you, this reading is going to be about something that you may have invested in over a long period of time, but also something that you don't want to necessarily feel the change of. Okay, so that means this could be something that has to do with familiarity, something that you've been comfortable with, something that you may have implanted yourself in with an unawareness of the fact that this thing would potentially turn out to be, a not so good thing in your life, right? Maybe, again, going back to that loyalty, thinking this situation, this person, this job, this whatever was loyal to you, only to find out that this person is not. And the detaching of this energy is how this feels, guys. It feels like your ancestors are coming through to say, come on, bend a little, let this go, because you're not seeing things clearly. But for some of you, there's a disconnect because it's comfortable for you. For some of you, this person situation could be providing you with comfort financially as well, because what they're showing is imagine having a job that you went to school for, you invested everything in it, and the job is going away, and your employers are like, hey, this job is fading out, you have to find something else to do, and you're like, no, I'm not leaving you. It's almost like not wanting to leave until you're forced out. So say they told you have 8 weeks, now you're at the 7th week and you haven't been looking for another job, and it's because you're just so comfortable in this position that there's fear in moving out of it. Alrighty. And then look, guys, you have the healing moon, seek healing at the bottom of this deck as well. Wow. So absolutely something here in regards to using your wisdom to support your healing. And I'm hearing rather than resisting it, okay? So for some of you, again, you could be very much engulfed in this situation or person due to history and things like that, and comfortability, but it may not be beneficial for you. And it may be time to do something different, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. That's what's showing up at the moment. That's what I'm picking up on. We'll keep going and we'll see what we get. The exalted moon here was self-regulation. For someone, this situation could get you very like hot-headed with the bull here. You could also be showing a level of stubbornness, guys. I'm picking up on Taurian energy, not just because of the bull, but also with this exalted moon and self-regulation. For some of you, you could have been ghosted by this person. You could have felt abandoned by this person. Definitely feeling like you have felt out in the cold is coming through very heavily here. And with that, it's maybe pushed you to the point to where you feel like you can't self-regulate, right? Like you can't even see clearly. That's how I'm interpreting this self-regulation, is like you're not able to actually see clearly because there's so much emotion attached to this situation. And again, going back to what they're saying, that is that this is deeply connected to your lineage, and it's something that is affecting you with even greater or an exalted energy because of the fact that this is something that you're meant to heal and clear up for your ancestors, for your lineage, right? Obviously, you benefit from that, but this is absolutely about cleansing and creating balance within your energy. It's interesting because the ancestors have been speaking to me about balance for the last probably 2 to 3 weeks, I want to say. And so there's something about creating balance. This is not only balance of like yin and yang energy, it's balance in your highs and your lows, you know, allowing yourself to be regulated no matter what happens, so that you're not dysregulated when something happens that you weren't hoping would happen, right? It's almost like creating some type of stability within yourself, an alignment of the chakras, being able to really, really, really hone in on the energy that you express within. Forget outwardly, but observing and assessing, analyzing the energy and the emotions that you have within, so that you can then take it to the next step, which is to observe how those interactions come out in your dealings with other people. Okay, so absolutely something about balance being brought up here. Now there is, I heard abruption. What are you trying to say with that? There's an eruption, is it? An eruption of goodness on the other side of the recovery of this. That's what they're saying. There's an eruption. They're showing this rainbow as like there are promises. There are promises even in the emotions that are not regulated. There's promises in the imbalances. There's promises in the disconnection. There's promises in the disappointments. There's promises in your lineage that are absolutely your birthright, right? They're reminding me of that reading that was done the other day. The abundance is your birthright. They're saying that there are promises on the other side of this, but there's a need to first start here in assessing and regaining your composure, they're saying, but also regaining your strength so that you can push through. It's almost like you're the bull and the red flag is being waved in front of you. And, you know, it's like enraged you. So it's like this energy is enraged you, but it's brought this upon you so that you can heal and resolve this once and for all. It's almost like an enlightenment for you. And what they're saying with that is they're saying that we're bringing this to your attention. We're bringing these energies, these emotions, these intense, exalted feelings of frustration, anger, hate, you know, irritation, just pure, just bitterness, you know, whatever it is. It could be jealousy, whatever the emotions are that are exalted in this situation and dealing with this particular person or this situation as a whole. They're exalted and they feel way stronger than you think they should. It's like you have this one person that you just cannot disconnect from, no matter how hard you try, no matter how, you know, how much you desire, you don't want them, like you desire to get away, you don't want them. The emotions and the energy are exalted for you with this energy, and it's purposeful. It's purposeful. They're saying that this is to reconnect you with the true you. This is to bring you back to stability as your individual self. What they're saying very clearly is that you've been unstable due to these energies. And instead of seeing that, which they're saying you can't even see that right now, you're not even aware of how dysregulated your energy is. They're saying for some of you, you may even walk in places and notice that people are looking at you. You may have a heightened level of anxiety where you're shaking or trembling even at times. They're showing this as someone who can't keep still, someone who's constantly moving, constantly trying to find something to do. And they're saying that these are signs of you being dysregulated. They're signs of depression, of anxiety, of a need to really sit with yourself and come to some type of resolve. And so they're saying that you show a ton of compassion to this other person. You show a ton of compassion. You give a ton of grace to this other situation. However, they're very clear in saying that that has to come to an end. It's time for you to pour that compassion into yourself. For you to allow the rage, the irritation, the anger, the hate, all of those emotions that they were mentioning earlier, they're saying, they're showing it like this. Take that and ball it up, like, you know, put it in this big ball. And that was like the noise that I heard. Put it in this big ball and take it and throw it. And then start creating a new ball where you're pouring into yourself. Right? And don't allow it to create like a ball that's bundled up, because that's anxiety. They're showing it as you gently folding like yarn over as you pour into yourself so that you create something beautiful rather than chaos, because this definitely feels like an energy of someone that's sitting in chaos right now. These two cards here, the beggar and the thief, I haven't even read them yet, guys, but this energy, I'm sure you're feeling it just like me. It's got shade all over it. This energy is stealing your joy. This energy is robbing you of being at peace with yourself. This energy is taking away. Now, I'm pretty sure that this thief is about, oh, it's okay. The light attributes are sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So I was thinking of another card that says something about like someone stealing your energy or your power. The shadow attribute is stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the energy of someone stealing from you by means of your heart. Okay, so what this is showing up as is someone you either fell in love with or someone that you trusted at some point in time. It doesn't have to be a love relationship again, guys. So someone that you trusted at some point in time. In order to trust someone, you have to open your heart up to that person. So this person understands your power. They also understand that they're powerless. So one thing that I learned years ago, I'll never forget, somebody in church said this. They said that the enemy can see who you are before you do most of the time. And so for you, that's how this thief card is reading, as like, you know, the enemy, the individuals that are against you recognize your power. They know what it would be like if you were regulated. So what they do is they consistently try to create these situations that make you feel dysregulated in order for you to it's almost like react. Okay, that's how they're showing it to me. Like they're doing this to get you to react, and it's because they know that if you're dysregulated, if your energies and your emotions are exalted, you're overreacting, you're irritated, you're frustrated right away if anyone says anything to you, that person knows that you will not be deeply rooted and wise in who you are. Your ancestors are here to remind you who you are. Let me write that down. I don't know why I was gonna say Simba. I don't know why I was gonna say Simba. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, so yeah, so your ancestors are here to remind you of who you are. Because some of you have forgotten, and you've forgotten because you've allowed life and situations, disappointments, fears to take you away from your natural state. This oak tree ancestors card here, guys, they keep bringing me back to this because it's about like the root. They keep showing me the foundation here. And there's something about you returning back to the foundation of who you are. And you did not come from a lineage of weak individuals. This oak tree is strong. It's sturdy. If I am honest, I want to say like oak trees are the oldest trees, or they stay alive the longest or something like that. I'm going to just, let's see. Okay, so oak trees represent strength, longevity, endurance, and wisdom. I was picking up on that wisdom from them, but strength, longevity, and endurance, guys. So this is what your ancestors want you to know, is that you are connected to that. That's what's in your genealogy, okay? Your genes consist of strength, longevity, wisdom, and also it says here that the oak trees continue to be symbols of strength and wisdom that remind us of our divine and enduring connection to nature. So for some of you, you may want to go outside and explore nature. Go touch a tree, go walk in the grass barefoot. Do something to reconnect you to the earth, to okay, so this is like just an interesting little thing there that I'm going to just share really quickly. A lot of people are like weirded out about like people talking about the earth, giving back to them and stuff. But this is one way that God showed this to me. Because I was one of those. I'm like, huh? The earth? Like, how is, like I'm like logical. So I'm like, I need it to make sense. Yes, I'm a Pisces, but I have an Aquarius moon. So I do have a logical side. And I was like, one day, like, what the heck? Like, what are you trying to say, Spirit? Like, how does the earth capture me? And I think I explained this in a reading one day, but one time I was doing the chakra clearing class and I was shown, Spirit showed me how the earth always holds me up. And the earth is him, right? Now, I call God a him. I believe in Jesus Christ. So this is just my perception of, my connection. But you take it how it resonates with you, right? There's no judgment here. This is totally like a clear, free, non-judgmental environment where everyone is welcomed and embraced and loved. And but anyways, guys, the whole point is that the earth catches you and the earth catches me every day. So you think about it, you get up, you sit on the side of your bed, you put your feet down, you've never fallen through, right? And so that's how we can be reminded of how deeply connected and intimately connected we are to not only one another, but to the world around us, right? You go outside at night, and no matter where you are in the world, you can see stars. I don't know of one place that exists that stars are not present. So if you have the opportunity to go outside, again, walk in the grass barefoot, touch a tree, try to reconnect with the earth around you and see how truly supported you are. If you pay close enough attention, you'll notice that there's birds chirping, communicating with you. There's probably insects and animals that you can see, squirrels or even rats, whatever you see, chipmunks, raccoons, whatever you see around you. Just allow the Spirit of God to present these things to you so that you can receive, okay? Because this is what this feels a lot about. It feels like receiving, but there's something about receiving that requires you to start with yourself. It's a concept that's bigger than me, guys. I'm not God, clearly, but it's a concept that's bigger than me, but there's something about learning how to give to yourself that opens you up to be able to receive more. And I still struggle with receiving because I'm so used to being the giver that it's hard for me to even think that, oh, somebody wants to give me something. I'm like, oh, what do I do? No, thanks. I'm the one that should be given to you. However, there's also vulnerability in receiving, and I'm learning that more and more. That when you allow yourself to open your heart space, you recognize that in order for you to be abundant, to operate in abundance, and to love freely, both in giving and receiving, you have to receive. You have to receive because love gives back. God gives back to us. There's no one way exit only. It's a return back to you as well. Anyways, I don't know why I went off on that tangent. Just get outside, guys. But the beggar here, the light attributes are confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Wow. And awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Wow. The shadow attribute is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Exclusion. Dependence on others to the exclusion of efforts. That's deep, guys. Dependence on others to the exclusion of efforts. So what this means is that for someone, you could become so dependent upon others without putting forth any effort on your own. I do think that this is the individual that you're dealing with. I think that the individual that you're dealing with has not put forth effort, but somehow you've become dependent upon them, not putting any effort in. It's almost like needing someone, again, just because you're comfortable, just because you've known them, just because that's all that you know, recognizing that this person is doing nothing for you, yet choosing to continue to desire them. That's how this feels, guys. It's almost like a begging for love and attention, begging for reciprocity in a place where it doesn't honestly feel like reciprocity is a thing in this situation, guys. It feels like this person is a vampire. That's the card I was thinking about, an energy vampire. It feels like this situation is robbing you of your joy, your happiness. It's robbing you of the compassion, the reciprocity, the peace even that you deserve. And your ancestors want you, guys, if you get another card about healing, your ancestors, look, they want you to be free. I was just going to say your ancestors want you to embrace peace and to thrive. Now, remember, this 2026 year is the year of the horse. And I believe the Chinese New Year starts in like February. So as we shift into this energy, pray and ask Spirit and your ancestors to assist you in finding your way to freedom, you know, this year, hopefully sooner rather than later, because there's so much energy around you that really is needing to shed, guys. We have a full moon on February 1st, and it's in, I want to say it's in Leo, yeah, because we're going into Aquarius season. I have this little like chart here that I got from my Magic of I book, so I keep it here just to remind me of the dates, because you guys probably notice I get dates mixed up a lot. I get a lot of stuff mixed up a lot, but anyways, so the full moon on the 1st of February will be significant for you to be able to take back your power. You know, the Leo energy is, the full moons are all about release, a great time to heal, a great time to shed, okay? But with it being in Leo, Leo is all about the things that you're passionate about. It's about creativity. It's about, you know, like I always think about Leo energy as like, it's about me, 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 me. So use that energy to allow you to fall into the energy of taking center stage in your life, right? Put yourself back in your life as the main character and allow these energies to dissipate. Allow them to be shed, because what your ancestors are showing here, guys, is that you've outgrown this. As the snakes grow, as they mature, as they gain wisdom, as they become more regulated, self-regulated, as they open themselves up and ask for healing. So for some of you, you've been asking for healing, okay? Because these things don't come unless you ask for healing. If you ask for help, it's going to be presented to you. So here's the offer. Remember who you are. Take back control of your life by allowing these situations, these people, these things to fall by the wayside. Leave that dead skin, metaphorically, where it belongs, and allow yourself to proceed into a more healed, thriving, compassionate version of yourself. Okay, it feels like life is really hard for whoever is watching this reading. It's actually making me like very sad. It seems like it's very challenging for you in this moment, and it's just a moment. So that's another thing to remember. Your ancestors are saying that this is just a moment. It's temporary, okay? So you don't have to worry and think and feel that this is going to be your permanent situation. This is temporary. Wow, guys. Wow, wow. The Empress is at the bottom of the deck. This is literally about nurturing yourself, pouring into you, allowing yourself to bask in the sunlight, allowing you to grow and to be nurtured. I love that. Guys, these are like tarot oracle cards, just heads up. So some of them do correspond to tarot cards. But this release card, this is the Death card. This is absolutely about transformation. This is about rising from the ashes, okay? Rising from the dead into a life that you truly, truly, truly were made for, and one that you desire. This is also about shedding and removing the old. There's something about putting the pieces back together and allowing yourself to see clearly, because a lot of you who are listening to this, honestly, I don't even think you realize how dysregulated and how robbed you have been of your life. Oftentimes when we're in situations like this, and I've been in them, when we are in situations like this, we usually don't realize that it's that bad until you step away, and then you're like, oh my God. So I think if you're watching this, you're not in that oh my God stage yet. You're in the, oh, this isn't that bad. Like, what if they change? I want to let them go because I know they're not good for me, yet what else am I going to do? Like, am I going to ever find love again? Am I ever going to find a job that suits me like this one? What if I don't get paid enough from another job? I'm too old to get a job somewhere else. I'm too old to start over and date someone else. Like, this will never work. I have kids. There's no way I can remarry. Things like that are coming through. And your ancestors are very clear here. They're saying to put forth the effort. And that's just simply it, okay? They're not asking you to conquer Rome in a day. And they're expressing that to say that with this dedicated effort card here, there's a grace upon progress that's being made. It's kind of like our ancestors and spirit. They don't have a time frame as to like, oh, you need to get this done at this date and time. They're like, just be committed to it. Just be committed to it. Just make a dedicated effort to consider yourself daily, and remind yourself whenever you forget that you have to release outdated ways. And what that is coming up as releasing outdated ways that don't allow you to confront the disempowerment that you may display. Okay, so if you start there, I think you will be doing a phenomenal job. Is just starting off by saying, where do I feel disempowered? In what areas of my life do I feel disempowered? And then just assess those. I always am thinking about ways to share with people how to become re-regulated after so much dysregulation. And the reason why is because I have absolutely been dysregulated. Also, a part of that is, you know, like how to heal. Like, what steps do you take to heal? Because people make healing sound like it's a piece of cake. Like, oh, you just do it. It's like, no, it's not. It's actually very hard. And I remember I was telling someone this recently. A year or so ago, I was asking God, I'm like, why does my journey seem like it's so freaking hard? Like, what is the problem? And I was actually in an energy like this where I didn't want to let go of someone that I knew was terrible for me. I mean, they had done a ringer on me 10 times over, you know, for tons of times, okay? But I just didn't see that there were any other options. And a part of that was I didn't want to see. So like they were showing you being blinded in that card. I can understand that because I didn't want to see it either. And I didn't want to see it either because I had created history here. I had memories here. I had 20 years of my life invested in this situation. So why would I want to just disconnect from it? And you know, some people don't realize that it's not that easy to just pick up and walk away from someone that you love. It's not easy to pick up and walk away from your job when this is all you've known your whole life. It's not easy to do these things. But there comes a time when we have to decide that I come first. And if something is keeping my nervous system dysregulated, if I'm constantly moving, seeking things to do, if I don't have any peace when I lay down to go to bed at night, if I'm constantly assessing or analyzing and thinking about what that person is doing to the point to where it takes away from me focusing on myself, then something has to give. Because it's either going to be you or them. And that's a very, very, very tough pill to swallow. But that's also why your ancestors are showing this Love Abounds card next. This is like an Ace of Cups card, guys. This is about pouring into yourself. They're showing me the solar plexus chakra, that yellow color in the background there, as well as the blue here, which would be the throat chakra, and the heart chakra is the green here. What they're saying is, so the solar plexus chakra, the yellow, is about your like personal will, your power, and when I say will, it's like your ability to make it happen. How strong, how much longevity, endurance do you have in you? That's your solar plexus, okay? And then your throat chakra is how do you express yourself? And then the heart chakra is that's your powerhouse. Okay, this is where you love, where you show compassion, where you forgive, where you show up for yourself and others. It's your heart space, okay? So in what ways are you showing up for yourself? And how much willpower, endurance, and strength do you have for yourself versus what you display for others? They're showing me a justice scale, so they want you to create some type of a scale here and weigh those things. How much power do you give to others versus how much power do you give to yourself? How willing are you to show up for yourself versus others? That's basically that question, okay? And then how do you express yourself towards the things that you love? So how much and in what ways do you express yourself to other people that you love and situations? And how do you express yourself and show up giving your heart, love, and compassion, forgiveness towards yourself? And there's something about a balance here, because the heart chakra, when it's imbalanced, it's about hatred, grief. The solar plexus is going to be about like anger. And the throat chakra, when it's imbalanced, it's going to be about deceiving yourself, not being able to express your true, like your truest wishes, your heart's desires is what I wanted to say. And those energies are going to keep you dysregulated because everything is exalted and heightened. So it's going to show up, it's going to bleed out of you, is what I want to say. So like that thing that, you know, that analogy that people say, when you're like a lemon, what happens when you're squeezed? Is it sweet or is it sour? Right now you're being squeezed. Whoever this reading is for, you are being squeezed, but you're being squeezed with purpose. And it's because your ancestors want you to be squeezed so that you can grow and plant those seeds that pop out in good soil, fertile soil. The Fool is here with trust. They want you to take a leap. But they're saying, and they said this loud and clear, we want you to trust yourself. We want you to trust your power. Trust who you came from. Trust your abilities. This is that solar plexus chakra. Trust that you are whole, that you are enough. This is also interesting because the solar plexus always reminds me of like Leo energy as well. So that full moon in Leo on the 1st of February may be very significant for you. Take a leap of faith. The Fool is about taking a leap and doing something that is risky, looks risky, seems risky, may get a reaction out of others, but you're doing it because you know that you can't stay where you're at. And that's really what this is about. You are being asked to make a decision. This rebuild here is the Tower card. So what's happening is that Spirit has been talking to you about this. Your ancestors have been bringing this up for you. They've been kind of challenging you, nudging you. There's a song and it says, she says, the way you be moving me without force. And it's one of my favorite songs because she's talking about how God doesn't push us, but he kind of moves us without force. That's this Tower card. I love the Tower card. It's one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck. And the reason why is because oftentimes as humans, we honestly just don't know what to do. So when you don't know what to do, you're praying for help. Your ancestors, spirit guides, they show up for you with this Tower. So what they're doing is they're saying to you today that they're gifting you with an opportunity to rebuild. They're gifting you with an opportunity to shift and to release this and to move into where true love abides. Now, we often want to equate love to another person. We want to equate true love, and you know, everything is always dependent upon someone else for most of us, until the one day you realize that, wait, the actual true love that I've been waiting for was me. And your ancestors are saying this is where they're trying to get you to where you can actually live your life. And I'm telling you it's possible because I do it. You could, excuse me guys, what the heck? You can live your life without a need for anything or anyone else. Now, your desires don't necessarily go away. You can have those desires, but you're not eager for them. You're not dysregulated because you don't have them. You're not begging for them. You're not forcing yourself to operate out of your character, because that's essentially what's happening here. You're uncomfortable doing this. You're uncomfortable loving this person, staying stuck in this situation. You're uncomfortable with this, but you're afraid. And they're saying, do it afraid. And I'm telling you as your sister to do it afraid, guys. I promise you, the other side of this is beautiful. The other side of this is you choosing yourself. The other side of this is you taking time to heal. The other side of this is you stepping into your authentic self and being the powerful individual that you are. The other side of this is being able to paint this beautiful picture of the life that you've always desired but never thought you could actually have. The other side of this is freedom. It's freedom to be who you are. Imagine being this horse in the pasture who has nothing to worry about. You can swing your hair around all day. You can jump about, gallop around. You have others to take care of you. You just get to live freely. Imagine that. That's what's on the other side of this, but you're not going to turn into a horse. At least I don't think. On the other side of this is purity. I promise you. Take it from me. I have absolutely manifested and tapped into this energy through very, 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 very challenging, trying, hard pushes. And I think I mentioned to you at the beginning of this reading, they said it, this is not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that this is easy, but I will tell you that there is absolutely healing and freedom, and there is reciprocity. It's from you to you, and from spirit to you, from your ancestors to you, from angels to you, from God to you. Like, this is going to be returned to you in every area of your life. I remember when I left my ex, I was like, what am I going to do? I left the car with him. I left the house with him. He was going to have to move out the house at some point, but I left everything and I moved into an apartment. My mom happened to have bought a new car like a few months before that. So she had her old car and she was just like, take this, drive this until you get another one. I mean, literally everything worked out. I applied for the apartment complex. I think I applied on like a Monday. By Wednesday or Thursday, I had the keys. Guys, I'm telling you, God will work everything out for you when you take that leap of faith. You will lack nothing. Since I've been on my own, I literally lack nothing. Nothing. I don't want anything. I don't desire anything. I don't need anything. I have everything that I ever dreamt of. And before I left my marriage, I don't know why I'm telling somebody this or telling you this, but before I left my marriage, again, it was 20 years. Before I left that marriage, I was shown already that my new husband would enter my life very quickly after I left my ex, but that I had to get out and I had to believe it without seeing it. And I was like, well, I don't want to meet somebody while I'm here with him anyways. That's so like, no, I just didn't want to do that. I want to do things decent and in order so that I know that the blessings that I'm receiving are of God. And I kid you not, it was a very, very short period of me, a very short time frame of me being out of my house, moving into my apartment by myself, before this new guy that I'm going to marry showed up. And let me give you another thing. I'm giving you guys this information because they're like, tell them how we work. Tell them. Someone needs to be reminded of who the heck you are. Your ancestors are powerful. You are powerful. That same power that they have, you have it. Before I left the house, I knew the energy of my next husband. I knew his energy. I thought he was somebody else. I thought he was somebody else. I thought he was this famous guy. I even went to this famous guy's show and, you know, he saw me and he was like, whoa. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be my husband. This is crazy. Well, it wasn't him. Okay. Anyways, that's a story for another day. It wasn't him. And it wasn't him for whatever reason, but the energy of my man that I'm dating now, who I will marry at some point, his energy is exactly what Spirit and my ancestors showed me before I even left the house. Everything that I ask for, guys, every single thing that I ask for, except for like the person, because he's not somebody that I would ever have expected to be with. Like he wasn't my type or anything like that. I never expected that I would even fall in love with him, but I have fallen in love with him, and he's the most spectacular mirror that holds me accountable and allows me to hold him accountable. We have a mission together, a purpose together. Our ancestors aligned this, guys. That's what I'm telling you. So you have nothing to worry about, okay? This has nothing to do with me. This ain't about me. This is about you being encouraged to know that when you take that leap of faith, on the other side of that, on the other side of fear is everything that you desire. And they would repeat that to me when I would be terrified, when I was sitting in the energy of dysregulation, when I wasn't able to be compassionate to myself, when I was the beggar and I was being robbed with the thief energy consistently, left and right, robbed of my energy, my care for myself. I wasn't even able to be a good parent like I wanted to because I was pouring into him, trying to satisfy him, trying to make him happy. And he was never satisfied because I was never enough. And it had nothing to do with me. Someone needs to hear this. It has nothing to do with you. Him, her, the job, it's not you. It's just that your ancestors and spirit have greater for you and you're settling with them. They are not aligned with you. And they have been deceiving you into thinking that you're the beggar when in fact they are. They're the thief. You're not the beggar. You're the giver. You're the gift. You're the purpose. You're the light. You're the love. And they've been taking that from you, manipulating you and convincing you that it's you that's the problem, to keep you in this dysregulated energy, to keep you in self-doubt, to keep you in this stubborn energy of feeling like you need their light, as if they're the rainbow that's showing you who you are. It's not the truth, guys. It's deceptive energy. And your ancestors are trying to free you today, right now. And all it takes is you putting forth dedicated effort, starting with yourself. From this day on, just every time you think about it, okay? Because sometimes it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to think, how can I heal? Don't even think that. Just allow yourself to be present with where you are right now. So the first thing I would recommend is just sitting and assessing how you feel. Not just like, oh, let me go sit and think about how I feel. You can if that works for you. But for me, it was just me going on about my day. And then I would just get extremely overwhelmed and sad and depressed. And when that happened, I would just sit like, what am I feeling? If you need to journal, I would highly recommend journaling. I do recorded journals. I would highly recommend that. Journal, talk about it, ask your ancestors to help. Ask Archangel Raphael to assist and support you. Ask Spirit to help you, to give you comfort in those times. Guys, I promise you, this is going to be hard, but it is going to be worth it. I'm not encouraging anyone to leave their marriage 20, 40, 50, however many years. I'm not encouraging that. I'm encouraging you to put yourself first. And if that person doesn't appreciate you, if they're not able to see the value in you, there's somebody that will. Trust me. My new man, he thinks I am the prize, girls and guys. He's like, oh my God, I already won. Like, I don't need anything else in life. That's how your spouse should feel about you. Not after 20, 30 years taking advantage of you, thinking that, oh, you're supposed to do all of this. No, I'm not. No, that's not. What about me? Who's looking after me? I promise you, if your spouse, your job is not reciprocating, I'm going to repeat this again. Someone else will. I promise. Everything on the other side of fear is what you desire. Take it from me or take it from your ancestors, spirit. They're speaking through me. I love you guys. Please do this for yourselves. You deserve to be free. You deserve to walk in freedom. You deserve for someone to be compassionate towards you. You deserve to be seen every day of your life. You should never wake up, go the whole day, and lay in the bed at night and say, I wonder if anybody even noticed that I'm here. That should never happen. You should feel valued. And all of this is going to start with yourself. Make a dedicated effort to sit with yourself. assess your behaviors, your emotions, your feelings, and start flipping it around. Instead of pouring out, pour it into you. Start figuring out what it is that you like again, because for most of us, we don't know. We've invested so much in everyone else, we don't know. Start taking time to just write down something that you like. I went back to a lot of stuff I used to like as a child. So I color, I paint, I draw, anything like that. I do a lot of cooking, you know, like anything like that. I have nieces and nephews. I spend time with them. They crack me up. You know, like if you have young children, it's really awesome to be poured into by the kids. It's effortless for them. And you can enjoy and tap into your childlike energy. So do things that make you happy. Go outside. I listen every morning to the birds chirping because at one point in time in my life, I could not hear them. So I take advantage of the small things. When I see a caterpillar outside, when I see a squirrel, even if I see a rat, I'm terrified, but I'm like, oh my God. I see hummingbirds all the time. Start to appreciate the beauty of the small things and recognize those as God and your ancestors showing up to show you how extremely important you are and how significant you being present matters to not only you, but to the rest of the world. All right, guys, I hope that this resonates with someone. Forgive me for talking so much. Remember who you are and stop reacting to them. Instead, start responding to what your body is telling you. If this resonates, feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I thank you guys for being present. I love you all. If no one else has told you, you're beautiful, you're phenomenal, you're spectacular, and so many amazing things are on the other side of this pit that you're finding yourself in right now. This is actually not happening to you. It's happening for you. And through this, you are going to live the life that you truly desired. I promise you, I said this in a video the other day. If you watch my channel, you're going to become a master manifester because that's exactly what Spirit and the ancestors are doing with me. They're taking us on a journey, but I'm learning along the path, and I'm going to always be a learner because I'm a lifelong learner. I'm learning, and as I learn, I'm going to pour that into you guys because I believe in you. I'm inspired by you. You motivate me, and I want you to do the same thing for others. All right, guys, love you. Have a great night. See you soon. Bye.